Hello, this is a tutorial on how to turn the class data into a scatter plot using Excel. Alright, so this is for the F1, F2 Formant lab, and I've gotten some questions on how to correctly take the data and turn it into a scatter plot with vowel spaces. And it's kind of hard to do. It takes a couple steps. I'm not sure if DePaulis explained it thoroughly during class, and I think he only does a tutorial on how to record the audio samples, so I hope this will be helpful. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to a blank space, doesn't matter where. And then you're going to want to hit insert, right? And then go to scatter, right? Scatter plot, right? And that should insert a blank plot, all right? Totally blank. And what you're going to do is you're going to right click, hit select data, all right? And this is going to look different for individuals with Mac products, because it's going to have, for Mac users, there's going to be a large box, with, it's going to be like the series entries, right? And there's going to be, if you look down under that big blank box and to your left a little, right, there should be a plus button, and that's going to be your add, and you're going to go right to that and press add. So we're going to add a series, right? And what we're going to want to do now, once we press add series, is we're going to want to say, well, we want to group F1, right, for heed into the X value and the F2 into the Y value, right? So we need to give it a name. So let's type in heed, because this is the series name. And then we go to the X value. Now F will be, F1 will be X, right? So to do that, you press this, for Mac users, it's going to be a little window looking screen all the way to the right. Yeah. And you just click that. Okay. And now what you're going to do is you're going to highlight all, so click drag all the data of F1 of heed. So you're going to go from 2 to the bottom, which is 96. Even though there's a blank data here, this should not affect it. And 82, this should not affect anything. We should be fine, right? So that's good. And then we go to Y, right? And we do F2 for heed for Y. Go all the way down. And unfortunately, this takes a while. You may get a message that comes up like this, and that's fine. It just means you need to delete a few symbols that you put in, right? So you just click OK, right? And what that's saying is it's not liking these symbols right here, right? So you just take that out, right? And next time I'll show you how to you just delete what's in this Y values box already, so you don't get that problem. So you click OK, and for for Mac users, I don't think you have to click OK. You just move on to the next series, which you press the plus button, the add, right? So we're going to be adding another one. And this series name is going to be the next vowel, right? Represented by the word hid, right? And we're going to then select the range for X for hid, which is F1. So once again, that's done, right? We selected the range. Now what you could do is you could type this in manually, but that would take a little bit more time in my opinion, and you would have to type it in with the right codes. Like you would have to put in the $sign, right, in the right place, and that's a little tedious. I think this is easier. All right, that's good. And for this Y, what you would want to do now so you don't get that error message is you just delete what's in that box and then hit that again, right? And select the data range once again. Good. And that's good. All right, moving on to the next vowel. Right? Which is head, right? Head. And we select the data range for that. Done. That's good. And the last one. Okay, that's good. And you press OK. And then we're going to approve that. Press OK. Right? And you should get this plot, right? But we have a small problem. So we have a group of data values that were thrown off. And this is because there was one data point when it was put in, I believe into the Google document. When it was put in, I think there was a error. I'm not exactly sure what error it was, but I found the data value that was erroneous. So it can be found on C51. So it's the 51st. And in column C. So what you would just do, just remember that number for 76.1, delete it, and then retype for 76.1, and then hit enter. And that should reset it to the correct format. And for some reason, that miraculously corrects the problem. All right, from there, you're just going to copy and paste it into your Word document that you're working on your lab. So just paste it any old where. And you can use any of these. And from there, you're asked to draw around the spaces of the vowels. To do that, you can use a number of techniques. One thing you could do is use the draw feature, but not everyone has that on their ribbon menu here. So that's okay. I believe everyone can draw shapes here, and you just click this freeform scribble, and that pretty much is a free draw. So what you do is just draw around the format vowel space, right? All right, and when you're done drawing, it's gonna cover it up like this. All you got to do is can say no fill, right? And then we'll be okay. And then you just continue, and you're going to get overlap with these. You're going to get a lot of overlap, and that's fine. All right. So I hope this tutorial was helpful. If you have any questions, please email me. And I hope you guys have a good day, and take care.